many.
No
All right.
questions or comments.
After further review, after further strategizing, after further shit hitting the fan, it's time for more. I don't know if I can say Princess Kato. I don't. Is this where Kalira's coup comes full circle? Is this the time? Or do we?
Hopefully.
Does someone? I can give you Mordecai's sheet. You want to just be the Lich? You could be the Lich. He's taken over. This game is taking a drastic turn. Or we're all just Hell Knights. Hell Knight Liches. We got this. But Artoris, what do you have up your sleeve? The king is down. The king isn't moving. Your scariest adversary to date looming over him, trying to dominate Kalira's will. Kalira just barely shaking it off. You still are not entirely sure where Senia is, other than just like bits of rubble moving around and things. Also, there's no one else moving in the rubble pile, and no one has come to help you.
That I also find very suspicious. Like, kind of out of character, I was wondering, like, did Jubilost and Bakken sleep in the castle? I don't even know. And also, I guess he did say our walls are being attacked, our freshly minted town. All right, so second range increment, is that -4?
-2.
Oh, well, that's not as bad as I thought. Because I'm within the second range increment. Oh, okay, I gotcha.
Yeah.
I don't see a way out of this that doesn't involve me full round attacking this Lich right now.
Okay.
That being said, before I do that, do I know where... So I don't know where Senya is?
You can probably, like I said, there's probably a triangle. If like here is him and here is you, she's like here, that kind of thing. You guys could go find her and help her if you wanted to.
Okay, because my oh wait, what the heck? Oh, I accidentally created a new weapon. I was like, where did all my stuff go? There we go. Is it within close enough that Arbiter could fly over to her and guide him?
Yeah.
Okay, so that will be Arbiter's action. And then I will full round attack on the... And I still don't have that thing that helps me with damage resistance. Let's see. Study targets online, Bane weapons online. This will be rapid shot, deadly aim. This guy is sighted. I'm at -2 on the attack. If I crit with a bonus attack, subtract the Bane die from the damage total. So, with that being said...
Pew, pew, pew.
And I did crit with a bonus damage, or bonus one.
Okay. Those are numbers. The 27 connects, the 13 does not connect, the 22 does not connect, a 22 fails to confirm.
You hate to see it.
That said, yeet, 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 go the missiles. And that's with the... words are hard. That's with all the Bane and stuff all factored in. That's all.
Everything's already... Yep, everything's already done.
Plus 25, plus 27, minus DR. So some of the, like, as you go firing, is that also, I guess I should say, with the -2 from your range increment?
Yes, that's done.
Cool. So then you go firing. In some cases, you're just too far out to hit, and the crossbow bolts go wide. In some cases, like, they stick into his arm and they don't seem to, like, hit. One of them goes into the eye socket, and if there was living matter there, it probably would have made a difference. As it stands, it just kind of center mass. The other one sticks him in the gut.
And that'll do it for me. And if Arbiter has any remaining movement from flying over and using guidance on Sen, I would I'd try and position him in fireball formation, basically, if that's possible. I don't know exactly how far.
Yeah, you can figure it out. All right, Kalira.
All right.
Bang, bang, bang goes the crossbow.
How far is that charge gonna get me? 30, twice my movement, right?
Get you 60.
And that's still way too far away.
Mm-hmm.
So I guess I will. When I just do a full-on run, it's triple though, right?
Quadruple. A run could get you right up to him.
but then I can't see him. I can't do any CMBs or anything at that point.
No, that would be your whole turn, but you would be right on top of him.
I could. Oh no! If I use my quick shot, it just ends my turn though. Okay. I'll just run right up to him, and I'll get up to him even though I know he can't see, and I'll stare him right in his blank eye. Say, "What was that, dry witch? I didn't hear you."
But let me say it again. Kill the high priest, bring me his head. He 5-foot setbacks and cast the spell again. If you could will save for me.
Whoa.
Oh, and with the fact that you're a half elf is what pulls it out, I think. Yeah. Okay, fair enough. Again, it's a very tempting offer, but you're able to like just shake it off. Ionia.
Got pointy ears, y'all.
Got pointy ears.
Okay. I will cast Quickness on myself. And approximately how many feet away is Senya?
I'll say she's probably like 50 feet, something like.
Much further than that. Okay. Kato is like 120.
Yeah.
Well, with my, let's see. I'll start moving toward Kato. So that'll be, let me look at it here. Haste adds 30 feet, right?
Mm-hmm.
Oh, actually, never mind. I'll go to, Minoru and I will both go to Senya. I won't be able to take an action though, because I already cast Quickness, right?
Right.
And Minoru will try to dig her out.
All right, that's an aid another. That's successful. Senya, you have a +3. Will you please come join us? At last. She didn't even need the +3. She got there on her own.
No, that was with a +3.
Never mind, that was with the +3. Standard action down. You finally beaten, broken, bruised, and otherwise sad Minoru's face just kind of appears on your face, begins just like full licking you and pulling you up, and you are pulled up. Kato lying motionless on the ground, Kalira just like sprinting full bore towards the Lich, and the Lich just, no, kill the high priest. And you got a move action.
Oh, since I see Kato prone on the ground, I have to skip a turn.
And instantly dazed. Well, you're up though. Alright, Artoris.
Okay, I'm gonna go ahead and second verse, same as the first. Fire another volley. I don't think there's any way Arbiter could help me here. No, alright. Firing it off.
Okay. So 22 is a miss, 13 is a miss. The rapid shot does confirm.
-8 on the damage from the
-8.
Bane shouldn't be
Doubled.
Exactly.
Alrighty, so then plus that minus DR. Flurry of arrows goes flying over. With Kalira in the way, it's a little harder to hit, and with the still just like echoing through the air, just kill the high priest. Hey, wait, that's you. It's a little disturbing. One of them does stick, like, the arrow pierces the arrow, the bolt pierces the bolt where his eye is, and this time it sends him reeling back a little bit. And
yeah, and then yeah, that's all.
All right.
Assuming Arbiter's still in fireball formation.
Oh, Kalira.
Alrighty. So we'll 5-foot step and a tick. And I would like to attempt to intimidate him.
Alrighty. Unfortunately, both 25s miss.
Oh, shit. Okay.
Unless there's any
Never
other
did.
buffs. The luck of Kalira has not been the best. Swinging for a 26. Steps back.
Wow.
You fool. Bow! And one last 5th level spell slot. Can you please make the will save against Dominate Person for the 3rd time? Will you please just go kill Esker?
Please don't.
Please. He said please this time.
I said please. You have to. I'm sorry. It was rules. Never mind.
Oh,
It's
no.
full of rage, full of anger. Cannot quite get in. Ionia.
Is the Lich still prone?
No, he's standing up now.
Okay.
And 5 foot step back, I should say.
Okay. I'm going to, seeing Senya dazed, I'm going to kind of be like shaking her a little bit and be like, Senya, we have to go help him. Look, Kato's down. And I'm going to send Minoru to grab him. I'll start running that way too. I won't quite make it. He's about 60 feet away from me now, if I'm tracking this right.
Mm-hmm.
So I can make it with my haste 50 feet. And then I'll have Minoru drag, because he can go further than I can, I'll have him try to drag Kato toward me that last 10 feet, where I will be ready to use my wand to heal him.
Okay, sounds good. And Senya.
That was, I didn't actually take an action. I just used my movement there.
Okay.
Were we
Did
over?
I cut you off? I'm
Right.
sorry. I heard when I will do the thing to do the thing. I thought it was a ready to action. That's my fault. Is it now that
No.
you're healing him?
Yes.
Okay, proceed. Might be.
Were we able to successfully get him?
Yeah, yes, he is. Mordecai has now stepped away from Kato, so you don't run through his threat range, and you can grab him and pull him back.
Okay. And remind me the Cure Light Wounds is what kind of roll?
1d8 plus 1.
Don't roll a 1, basically. Okay, cool.
Welcome back, Kato.
Every time. Because a 1 would have put me right at 0.
Okay, now it's on Senia. Might be.
How far away is he?
From you, probably about 60 feet or so.
So, well, first I'm gonna use one of my potions. I'm gonna use a Cure Serious Wounds potion.
Alrighty. 13 back for you.
And I'm gonna, as I chug the potion down and like wipe it off, the droplets off my mouth, I like take aim.
Okay, so
Oh, wait, hold on.
potion would take your action, though.
Right, I just got corrected about that. So I'm gonna take a standard move action then towards the Lich.
Okay, sounds good. And Kato.
Oh, I'm gonna drag myself to my feet, nursing the worst hangover of my life.
From being pounded in the head time and time again by like 20 magic missiles or something.
Yeah, we're gonna get Oleg to develop a new cocktail called Magic Missile.
Just has a bunch of like ice that never melts bouncing around the mug forever.
And so yeah, so I can not that I'm in threat range anyway, but yes, I'll use my move action to stand, my standard action to drink a potion of moderate wounds, which is 3d8.
Yep. Or moderate is 2. Moderate is 2d8 plus 3.
Plus 3, okay. Nice.
Whew. You love to see it.
See ya.
All right, Arturus.
You know what's coming.
Rudy Tooty Big Bow Shooty.
Exactly.
Almost word for word.
Almost word for hey.
Ugh.
I mean, some of those are numbers.
Dude, you crit like every round. What do you?
Well, that's what it should, because and it's gonna get even better eventually. But it's because I hit with the second, didn't confirm, and then missed with the other 3. I think. Is that correct?
Yep.
Yeah.
You got it. Minus that plus my damage reduction. It's you go firing in a bunch. Several of the arrows go wide. One like you've just kind of like 1, 2, 3 that same spot in his dome, but it's a lot of them just are not doing what you would hope them to do. Anything else?
No.
All right, Kalira.
Alrighty then. Do it. 5 foot step up and do it again.
Okay. Can she roll for the first time this whole Sunday?
Roll minimum damage. Perfect.
Well, you got him. You did do a hit. Okay. So
I'll try to intimidate him on that hit that I got then.
sounds good. Okay, that's a big number. That's a big number. You go swinging in at it. I think that is successful, isn't it? What's my hit dice? Got that. So plus my no, he's good for the next 2 rounds, I believe. You go swinging in and shaking. He is.
Pair of shadowy, devilish wings gonna come out of him for a brief instant. I can feel your fear.
He is trying his very best to ignore it, think nothing, say nothing, rolls to cast defensively, is successful. And you wish they would put what his touch attack is. He reaches out as you say this, his hand, spellcraft checks are a thing, becomes like covered in this necrotic, reddish, blackish kind of energy. Ionia, you are... Yeah, you can figure it out. The spell he's casting is Vampiric Touch. He is going to attempt to channel some of Kalira's essence from Kalira directly into him. It's one of the few ways something that is undead can heal themselves. What with the whole positive energy not being something they're into. So I've got a -2 over Kalira's Touch, a 32.
Yeah, it hits.
And if I'd made a regular attack, that would have been a critical. Sadness... I believe there is a save involved. Probably.
One would hope.
Probably. It's probably a save for half kind of thing. I want to double check. Saving throw, none. So
Oof.
Reaches out, grabs the thing. 1d6 per X amount of... per 2 caster levels, as our mostly human occultist would be able to tell you. Caster level is that. So, So then Kalira takes... 28 points of damage. Damn.
Ouch.
That
roll was outrageous,
a
Tommy.
spicy meatball. As
You guys think I'm just kidding. He always rolls max damage on me. It's not a meme.
it's not
true.
a meme. It's just the facts of life here at Pathfinder Kingmaker. As like the bits of like as Kalira is slicing in and his body is Thanosing out. It just like as the dust is still floating up, as if time were to Prince of Persia and go back, it just kind of melds back into his flesh, which is rapidly becoming whole again. Ionia.
So undid all the damage.
Mm-hmm.
So that was a touch attack.
Mm-hmm.
And is what I know, is this like an ongoing effect, or is it like a one and done?
It's a one and done. He could probably cast it again, but right now he doesn't have it.
Okay. Fuck. And he's how far away from me now?
How far back did Minoru was able to move? I'm confused now. I want to say like within like 30 feet.
Yeah, we're back by where Kato was. We're 10 feet away from where Kato
Okay,
was.
gotcha. So then you would be 20 in total.
Total. Okay.
Didn't 5-foot step from me, right?
15 in total. You're right. He did not 5-foot step that time.
Okay. Minoru will move into flank with Kalira.
Okay.
And take 2 bites at him.
All right. So since he moved, even though he's hasted, he would only get the
Oh.
one.
Right. Okay. So he'll take 1 bite at him.
But bite away. Okay. And so you do.
And I think that's already with the big stuff added. Yeah. Okay. And I will pull out my trusty crossbow and fire twice.
Okay. Unfortunately, not quite there.
Yeah.
Oh, Senia.
So how far away am I? Like 30 feet from him by
Yeah.
now?
Mm-hmm.
And if I do one more movement to like within my Rancer range, like I can do 1 attack.
Right.
Okay.
You could charge too.
You could also charge.
Is there a difference between just moving in and charging?
Mhm. Charging gives you an attack bonus, but makes you easier to hit if he swings back on his turn.
Alright, I'll charge.
Charge. You can power attack on the charge, yeah. So what does charge add plus?
+2 to hit, -2 to AC. Alrighty. No confirm, but there is a stab. Run in, you lean in, and like this would go through and through like the lungs probably of a normal humanoid, and then you pull it back to then rip out even more flesh. Seems to again just kind of not mind a whole heck of a lot. He's obviously hurt. There's now a hole in his chest, and just you. So glad you could join us. I see you're not ready to join the rest of your people.
Sanya does not respond to that.
Okay, though.
Okay, well, you guys seem to have this under wraps, so I'm gonna just
Quick, back to the throne room. Oh.
All right. Oh, what? When he was teasing his coup de grace, and you said he touched an article, like part of my clothing, and it dissolved.
Yeah, there's like a 3x3 hole on the shoulder of whatever top you're wearing now is missing, and like some of your hair is as well.
This shirt is expensive. You bastard.
And it come full circle. Once again, there's mud on Kato's boots.
You can come into my home, you can destroy my castle, but no one ruins my outfit.
My clothing! No one ruins my Gucci! Charges.
Not sure about that. I'm still... I will move up to stand next to Senya, just out of reach, so basically 10 feet away from the Lich.
Okay.
And use my last healing potion.
Then Arcturus.
I don't roll ones again.
How close am I from being within my first range increment? It's still quite a ways.
Yeah, you'd need to move. You were 120. You'd need to move within 80.
Okay. I mean, if I was gonna do that, I should have done that a while ago. I'll just. It's time. How much longer do I think this is gonna go on?
Depends on how many more vampire touches I stick.
I know, that's kind of what I'm wondering. Actually, my move is exactly 40 because of travel domain, isn't it? All right, that's what I'm going to do. I'm going to move within my first range increment and get that -2 off of my... And then I will fire a single attack, right?
Yep.
Pew.
Pew pew. Well, only one pew.
So
single
just the
pew.
first one.
That's enough. Alrighty, fire it in. It's 32 piercing and slashing. As more of the arrows just kind of continue to stick, and he continues to seemingly do his best to not pay attention as he's winding up to grab Kalira again, whose turn it is.
Alrighty. Kalira will kind of glare at him and say, "Get your hands off me and get out of my sight." And then she'll let out a almost otherworldly scream as she does a terrifying roar.
She throws her head back and shrieks. Alrighty. So where is my... There it is. So I have a -2 because I'm shaken.
Ow!
If he had an eye, he would blink.
And
That's so good, though.
I will. Yeah, I guess I will end my turn.
Was that a standard action?
Yeah.
Okay, so then here is we're gonna fire off another vampiric touch. We're gonna try to get Kalira's touch. And it's more of the same. The spellcraft, or the cast defensive, is successful. A 22 over your touch, I presume, connects. And 28.
Oh my
Yet
god!
again.
Wow! Tommy, stop it!
I don't know who's watching, but please, in the comments, I know some of my patrons are big math nerds. What is the probability of the pain that I have wrought? As he knits himself up, and Kalira just kind of like reaches out, gets touched rapidly, like her skin atrophies, her like breath catches as her life force is drawn pretty violently from her. Ionia. Oh, hold on. I should do one thing really quickly. I need to police myself just a little. Okay, so both of those connect. I forgot I was blind. I was gonna, like, you wanted 50 or better. I needed to roll a couple of D-hundies, but we're good.
So in order for me to have used my dispel as like a counter spell, I would have had to have readied that action on my last turn, right?
Right.
Okay. Shit. I guess that's what I'm gonna do, is ready that dispel for the next turn. Minoru will double bite.
All right.
And he's flanking with Kalira, right?
That he is. Bork, hey!
Oh, wait, did that roll twice?
It did.
I don't know how this works.
And that's bludgeoning damage, so it all gets through. Bork and Bork. Minoru like grabs onto Mordecai's thigh and starts like growling and shaking his leg, bits of him Thanos out. And Senia. Oh no. Is there a Senia?
There is. Just thinking. So. Alright. Senya's gonna do her standard power attack.
Full round.
Okay. That both confirms and connects on the second attack for that plus that and some of that, and then take away that for damage reduction. As you, again, it's just like keep stabbing where his lungs are, keep stabbing where he needs to breathe and function. Some of it, again, there's not a lot of things to really harm, but his body begins to discorporate pretty rapidly as you like 1-2 into him. Just foolish. Is it Kelid? Is that what you are? Stab me into your heart's content, I will return. These are my lands. I will reclaim them today or tomorrow. You and your people, well, you have much less time than the mighty Vorticai. He continues just kind of like not reacting as he is getting stabbed through and through by the Rancer. And will that be all?
Yeah, that'll be all. Oh wait, I'm sorry. Wait. What kind of action if I were to? Is Kato close to me?
I'm right beside you.
Okay. What kind of action would be if I were to hand Kato a potion?
Yeah, we take
You
your
use
standard.
Okay,
Use your full
I've already. Never
yeah.
mind. Okay. Yeah, that's.
All right, Kato.
It will take a 5-foot step in front of Senya. This was your land, but not anymore. And I will kindly ask you to shut up and full round attack.
Alrighty.
Boopity bop bop bop.
Okay. Both of the attacks connect. As we do that math stuff, plus 26 and 27.
I'm going to act, since I haven't been using any of it, I'm going to spend a point of panache. Is this once per... Hold on, let me read this real quick. Please pause
Precise
for
strike
1
is
second.
once per round, I believe.
Double the precision damage.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, so I'm going to use a panache to double one of those. I am confirming that it is once per round. Real quick. It takes my swift action, so yes.
Okay, sounds good.
Yeah. So I'll consume my swift to make that an 8. The first one an 8.
Sounds good to me. And it, I believe, passes then to Artoris.
So he just healed a lot. Or a little while ago, he healed a lot.
Yeah.
How's he looking?
After being stabbed a bunch, like it was rapidly removed from him. I'll say that.
Okay. Then yeah, because I just realized last turn my standard action would have been better spent using Divine Favor than firing a single crossbow bolt. But since I already messed it up, I'm going to full round attack this. Do I have all of the things checked? I do. Ew.
You indeed. Well, a couple of them connect.
2 hits.
Oh, yeah, okay.
Plus 22, plus 25 is that number, minus that number. Okay, you fire in. He's like, at this point, you can almost see through him from several like slashes and stabs and bolts flying through him and stuff. He's not like mechanically leaning forward in some kind of detriment, but there's not enough spinal cord left to sustain him, and he kind of just like wobbles forward and back like a chair with a couple of screws missing. Shoot all you want. This won't help the people down below. All you needed to do was kneel and they would survive. Instead, well, maybe you can rebuild this castle before I return. Oh, Kalira.
Looking pretty rough. I guess I'll take a Bandolier as a swift, right? Take a potion from Bandolier.
Believe so, yeah.
Do that. The Bakken infused moderate wounds.
The bandolier lets you pull the potion without using your move action. It's still a standard to drink it.
Mm.
Right. What is it? It's 2d8 plus 10, right?
Mm-hmm. 2d8 plus 3.
These are the ones I got from Bakken.
Oh.
Special Bakken potion.
Special Bakken potion. Then those are 2d8 plus 10, yes. Alrighty, fair enough. And if that is all...
I do have a move action I'd like to do.
Okay, sure.
I'd like to do Intimidating Glare.
Sounds good. See if you can keep his shaken up.
Shaking is good.
Well, that's weird. This worked before, but no, it's not.
Now it's hanging.
Just do it this way.
Okay.
Work. Then he isn't. I gotta roll the rounds. Four plus 1. Yeah, 4 rounds.
4 rounds of shaken. Sounds good to me. Alrighty. What to do here? I think... Yeah, Mordecai's gonna... He takes a 5-foot step back out of everybody's threat range. Still just... kind of carrying on in the same way he has been. Just steps back. Your people will burn. The ruins of this civilization will burn, and so will you. And as he steps back, he snaps his fingers, and a little bead of fire flies out. And I should be able to catch... actually, I guess first things first, if Yodia would like to use her ready to action to dispel it.
It's a pretty good move for a lich to throw a fireball down on your feet when you're about to go out.
I thought so too. Alrighty, dispel magic. First things first, if you would, I think you have to. Just want to be sure I understand this correctly. You got to do the thing.
Can I use sudden insight as a swift action to give myself +4 on that?
Not on a ready action, but nevertheless, it is successful. You are able to, like, the fireball fails to detonate as you, like, you wave your hand, and it kind of just, not unlike a sparkler, just kind of, like, fizzles out into nothing. And it passes to Ionia.
So that was my action then, right?
That was your ready to action, and now it is your turn. You have all of your actions back.
Oh, okay, cool. How's he looking?
Not the best. You can see through him in several places. His body is falling apart. Artoris has correctly called it that he's basically, he doesn't care if he gets caught in the fireball because he's going to come back.
He was about to come across, basically.
Minoru and I will move back in to flank him.
Okay.
He took a 5-foot step, right? So we won't be able to get 2 attacks off, just 1 each.
Minoru could, you would need to make just 1 attack. Wow. I think for the first time in my life, I have to ask, how does, let me just make sure I have the math right, plus 22, and it's Minoru with the kill this time. If you want to call it. Flank,
okay.
I guess, rather.
Give me a second to think about this.
Give your dog the microphone.
Hey, Ivan, come here. You're up. Oh, he's coming. Okay. I imagine that Minoru kind of like leaps into him, trying to catch one of his. I imagine he's got like bones showing or something.
Yeah.
And kind of like like grabs that one and yanks it away from the others, and then he does his little like the Lich does his thing where he turns to ash or whatever, and Minoru is very disappointed.
And indeed, the ash just kind of fades out. The rod he was carrying does clang on the ground. But the rest of him just floats away into nothing, and the initiative is off. All around you, the silence, the ruins, the bits and pieces of broken bodies hanging out, both undead kobolds and servants, hangers-on, and in general folks you would reasonably find in the castle.
Everyone's buried.
Can we hear sounds of like combat? Is it true that the city was under attack?
Yes, you can. They're faint because like you're up on a hill. It's kind of farther away down into Rusten, but like the Arbiter could just fly up and see that Rusten itself is on fire. There is a hole in the wall as if someone had just caused a portion of the wall to not exist. Presumably they're still fighting. Oh yeah, you'd be able to tell. There is still fighting going on the walls. Rocks are being like hurled across the battlefield to collide with the battlements and the defenders as arrows go flying.
I would rush off, try to get on one of my horses to run out there to where the fighting is.
Yeah.
I'm super tired because I have like 6 rage left. Ugh. So many rounds wasted.
Yeah, I would do the same, and I don't know if we want to like. Is the combat serious enough that we should play it out, or?
There is, as requested by y'all, there is not a big mass combat where we roll for armies versus armies, but there is a combat that is for all of you.
Okay.
That takes place
Yeah,
during the combat.
I would join Kalira in rushing off to aid the town.
I would imagine we all probably would.
Should we not? What about survivors under the rubble that are currently being crushed by rocks? A lot of people lived in this castle.
I mean, others can stay behind, but I feel like
Yeah.
I would be better served. In fact, I'll leave Arbiter behind to try and detect people that could be saved. Has anyone come up to help?
Nobody has.
The attack was a pure was to draw all eyes away from us. Basically, it looks like.
I mean, if anyone wants to remain behind to help survivors, I will leave Arbiter with them to help find people. But otherwise, I feel like we need to get to the front lines, at least most of us.
Yeah, I mean, I would try to get to the front lines, and probably refresh quickness when we're like just outside of whatever fighting is happening outside.
I'm worthless for trying to dig people out of the rubble, so I mean, it's pointless for me to even try. So,
out of curiosity, we would know. Do Bakken and Jubilee sleep in the castle?
Last you knew, Bakken was in his shop frantically getting stuff together, making potions, and prepping to go fight a trench mist. Jubilost has been kind of despondent since he got back, but has slept in the castle. Like, he has a room there. What are the words? Like, I don't want to say canonically, but yes, he has a room there, but you haven't seen him there.
Well, I mean, that was more. I guess that was just idle curiosity. I can't. That can't change my thinking.
no, and you're right. The immediate threat is the siege on our walls right now. The time we waste trying to dig people out of the rubble, which may not even save anyone, could result in the sacking and burning of our city. So,
I will leave Arbiter
the
behind,
battle.
though, equipped with his wand of Cure Moderate, to if he can find injured people, or cure them from like under the rubble that they're trapped underneath, to like stop them from being. So be it.
Okay. So then all 5 of you, Minoru makes 6, sprinting.
I will say though, as we sprint to where the battle is, if we do come across any like citizens who are like not fighting, I would ask them to assist with searching for survivors at the castle.
Okay. You probably run into a couple. A lot of them are the frontiersman-y types have all gone to the wall or like are fighting within Rusten. Those that you do encounter who are still just kind of hanging out down here are your like, this is my summer home and I've come to be at the lake house for the summer and that's when it all went wrong. That kind of thing.
Choice.
So they do like, yes, my lord, make their way like back over that direction, and like all around you, you can hear the sounds of fighting, the sounds of like things on fire. And so when you turn the corner, who do I want to roll for this? I want someone to roll for this, but a random sad thing will happen. Let's...
Oh no.
Good.
I also wanted to say, I think when the Lich disappeared and the rod fell, Minoru would then think that's the bone and probably pick that up at some point when we're running. I maybe would have seen that and taken it from him.
Okay. You would be able to spellcraft it easy peasy. It is a lesser quickened metamagic rod. All of its charges for the day have been used. It will let you cast any spell of level 3 or lower thrice a day as a swift action. It is worth a lot of money.
Yeah, definitely selling that.
No, you're not. I need that for my fucking boss.
All in favor
Everyone
of
just
selling.
pass the metamagic rod around in combat. It is worth a lesser one go. I don't want that metamagic feat, you nerd. You tell me what the rod is.
It's worth a lot.
Lesser one is worth 35,000 gold.
Damn.
And I guess let's have Kato roll a D. Can't math. We'll say a D3. Yeah, if you would.
Oh boy, I don't want this to be on my head. Fine.
All right. So then in
Right in the
ABC
middle.
order. Okay. So you guys, as you turn the corner, making your way down, you do get. I'll make some more like random buildings on the thing about Kingmaker is they didn't make any maps for the town itself so much as just like, well, why did you go here a year later and look at all that good that you could do? Hooray. So I will just really quickly grab this, make a couple of buildings. Suppose we could grab the empanadas once again. The empanadas of justice. Okay. As you make your way down, you turn the corner, there are 5 Cyclopes, one of which is much better armed and armored than the rest. The knowledge religion coming from Arcturus is more than enough to identify the unholy symbol that it wears. As I grab it really quickly, it's flanked by 4 what you assume are its like lackeys, or in general just like bodyguards, I guess. Yeah. Is it you? It's not you. Oh, which one of these damn horsemen was it? Oh, poop. It would have been, I can't think of his name. I know which one it is. That one? Is that it? The unholy symbol of Apollyon. The horseman of associated with pestilence, the horseman of plague, just like a bright yellow diseased looking scythe hanging from the Cyclops' neck, and truly it carries a enormous scythe with it, and stuck to that scythe, like up to the end of the blade, in his side out the other side is Grinluke's body.
Oh.
Oh.
The red squares are random buildings. If y'all want to, like, no farther than here, I'll say, if you want to set up a formation.
How much time has passed since the fight with the...
Perhaps a minute. Enough for the dire caller to have worn off.
And does that have more than charge? Can I activate that again, or is that just it?
The metamagic rod? Is that
Or the dire caller?
The dire caller.
Dire caller should be a once a day, I believe.
Okay.
So 10, you said a minute?
Yeah, about a minute.
That's 10 rounds, so still fatigued.
Alrighty, and you guys
What-
can. Do you want to keep initiative or do you want to reroll?
I would
Reroll.
like to reroll.
All right,
Let's
well,
keep
I'd love to
initiative.
I'm just gonna clear. Who wanted to keep initiative? Who likes it? Who's good?
I had pretty good initiative there, so I was happy with mine.
All right, I will be.
As a nat one.
Mine was abysmal. Yeah.
Quick question, Tommy. I had mentioned wanting to refresh the quickness as we were approaching the fight. Was I able to get those off?
Yeah, you were. All right, so then I will be a generous Tommy because several folks spent the combat buried. Aonia may keep her initiative. Anyone who wants to reroll may do so now. Everyone should have control of their tokens. I am very good canonically at screwing that up, but we'll assume I didn't this time.
Right, since I'm
One better.
What was Cal gonna say?
yeah, could I have spent the time I was running here chucking potions too? Because
Yeah, certainly.
I was basically at 0 essentially
No.
when I tried raid.
Sudden barbarian death syndrome is a real thing.
Drink the rest of my potions. Fucking.
Alrighty, let me just grab these Cyclopses. They are on... Oh. It's rude that they don't have them just right there. Why don't they have them just right there? Where I can easily access them in this adventure paths that are old make me angry sometimes. Wham! Should be there. As I quickly grab this Dread Zombie.
Still doesn't put me back to full.
Damn. So many. You're basically a health sponge.
I'm a very tired health sponge.
A very sleepy sponge.
I'm assuming Tara's probably in the same boat as me, unfortunately. So time for y'all to step up.
Y'all gotta do some work. I guess while I'm trying to find the stats for the Dread Zombies that I can't dig out for some reason, what I'll say is Artoris would know the 4 horsemen. They rule the lower plane of Abaddon. They, as well as the daemons that serve them, are notorious for mining everywhere from the River of Souls to battlefields to anywhere there's going to be a lot of souls, and just extracting them to take them back down into Abaddon and fuel their own like infernal war machines or foundries to make more weapons, or so on and so forth. He is one of the most powerful. Apollyon is sometimes referred to as like the Prince of Locust. He sends forth plagues, disease throughout the plains.
So he's Nurgle.
Sort of, yeah. That's a good way to
Too
put
bad
it.
Sven's not here.
He'd get it. He wants me to GM
Yeah.
40k so bad, and I wouldn't say no.
It's a good tabletop game. Which one? Never mind. Let's talk about that later.
Yeah. I'm still just digging out Dread, not Deerd. That's not how you spell that word, Tommy. Dread Zombie Cyclops Pathfinder.
Question: would Senya have, like, on her way, gotten Grom?
Sure.
Makes sense, I think. Yeah.
Or rather, probably Grom throughout the chaos makes his way to you. Mama, there's something going on. Everybody's in bad times. What's happening? Okay, cool. Got that. Let me just roll in the boys. Hello, boys. Not the best, but they tried. They did what they could. All right, and top of the initiative is Senya.
So Senya's gonna... How far away is the big boy in the middle?
That far.
55 feet.
Five.
Can I use my stack helm on him?
30.
Oh, is it 30?
Stag's 30.
Okay.
So you can reach the closest one with it.
I'm gonna do that.
All
I'm
right.
gonna turn on my stack helm. I'm gonna shoot this guy.
Pew pew. Gun's flat-footed.
Alrighty. Pop, pop. Unfortunately, even against flat-footed, the arrows just kind of like stick into his hide, doing not a lot of much.
Hold on.
Get that roll out of the way.
Indeed. Anything else from you?
No.
All right, Arturus.
Right. So I'm going to standard channel vigor hit. I'm going to swift. What are these? Are all undeads.
Yeah.
Swift. How many rounds of Bane weapon do I have left? Not two. Actually, yeah. So I won't have Bane on this fight. I'm pretty sure.
Okay.
Because I activated that. Yeah, we'll say that that's fallen off. That I don't have that for the rest of the day. So, I will study target though on the big guy and the target that Senya just fired at, and that will be my, let's call it my swift action, and then I'm going to move here.
Alrighty. Ionia.
Okay. I will. Let's see.
Where is Ione on the turn order?
I see her at
I was
count
at
20.
20. Yeah, I don't know where it went on the tracker.
That's
I
good.
got removed. I got removed too. That's why I reroll.
Huh. I don't understand why that is. From my POV, I am... Poo-doo-doo. On my end, I see you as right here.
Yeah, I've seen this happen before. I think Roll20 did some updates that kind of messed things up.
Gee, thanks, Roll20. You're ruining my friend's time. You are up, though.
Let's see. I will. So I could go. Oh, my bad. I could move here, but it would provoke as I move through his threatened range, right?
They have yet to act, so at the moment they're still kind of winding up, turn the corner, those kind of things.
Okay. And if I'm here and Minoru is here, then we have flanking, right?
Yeah, as long as you can draw a straight line between allies and enemy, you've got the flank.
Well, we're just gonna get in there then.
Sounds good.
And Minoru will try to trip this guy. And remind me, that's CMB, right?
Yep, gotta have the CMB. And whoop! Down he goes.
And then I will attack him with my Gladius.
Yeah, alrighty. Uh, 27 should be more than enough. Moving in, stabbing in. Bits of undead flesh come out. The smell is horrible as like the intestine sausages over as you just kind of stab down. And if there's anything else, Kato.
Kato is going to move just a little bit. He's going to move up to. We'll go here. And he is going to pop a enlarge potion.
Alrighty. The casting of which takes 1 round as Kato begins to get swole once again as we hit another kaiju fight. Meanwhile, gotta move 10 feet there, 10 feet there. This guy's gonna try to stand up. It provokes from the pair of you. Uh, 12, the natural one, unfortunately does not really do a lot of much, but Minoru is able to bite on in and I am now unfortunately going to attack Ionia 4 times. As the Cyclops all just kind of surround the first target they came up to them.
I will expend 2 points of my mental focus to cast Mind Barrier as a swift action to absorb 16 points of
So
damage.
swift actions are unfortunately on your turn.
Oh,
It would be an immediate
sorry.
action now.
Yeah, I'm sorry. 2 points causes it to be immediate. 1 point is swift. So my bad.
Oh,
The 2 for
neat. Okay, cool.
here. I'll link it.
Kids these days and their magic, why couldn't we have had 5 barbarians? It's such an easy party to understand. You punch them. Alrighty, the shield prevents a total of 2 points of damage per occultist level. It's until the start of your next turn. Okay, sounds good. So I'm gonna swing in and we'll see what happens. 32, 24, 29, whoops. Damn it, there we go. And 27.
Those are all gonna hit.
Those are all gonna hit. So then that's 2, 4, 6, 8 plus that 8. This is from 4 attacks. If you have any damage reduction in total, it's 54 damage as the Cyclopses all just start like curb stomping.
So that'll be 54 minus the 16, because that's the only DR I have currently. So 38.
Alrighty, and as you're doing your math, Kalira, you're on.
Well, we'll so move up here, and I'll wait for this creature to approach Giant Kato. Kind of just barely able to lift my sword right now.
Ionia suddenly looked like she's been attacked by 3 Cyclops.
And I'm going to end my turn.
Alrighty, and it passes to the War Priest. What do I do here? Do we... I'll take a move action first. You guys can all see as old boy does a move here. The War Priest is much like Vorticai himself. His feet aren't touching the ground. However, this one does appear to be flying as it moves. There's just like this cloud of noxious lime green colored pestilence. Probably like locusts are. Every undead hole in the body is spewing locusts to make this cloud that seems to carry him over this way. They reach down and point right here. And if you would like to make a spellcraft check, you may.
This feels rude.
Hey, come on. Rude.
There we go. Back on track.
Back on track. Back to the rudeness. Okay, so it's a 5th level spell from me, which means... So Ionia would just barely be able to grab it out as, like, before everyone's eyes, the stone on the ground, like on the pavement of Concordia, rises up. As the War Priest casts Wall of Stone, I will do a quick draw. 1 5-foot square per level. I will do 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, and like through and throughs the building. Artoris, a 5-foot wall rises up in front of you.
Okay.
Apparently, Senia likes that a lot. I think I broke.
I'm
Senia.
just laughing at the absurdity of the whole entire situation. Like, you can't win.
Fair enough. I think I broke Terra. Whose turn it is, by the by.
Oh, jeez. Okay. So, if I charge like this, Where can I charge? Can I charge towards this guy? I
Yeah.
can't charge towards this one right here because that'll be like through.
I think Clara might have a problem with that. Yeah.
Yeah.
But you could go like this and end up within 10 feet of right here.
Yeah. So
Doing so would, I believe, run you through. Whoops. I didn't want the select. I wanted the rule tool. Okay, no, will not run you through your Cyclops' threat range. I guess I can kick a board on for this one. This one's not Theater of the Mind. This one's now everyone can see on the map how I've cut poor Esker off from his friends. Yeah, you can charge the one who is no longer prone and has stood up.
Okay, so I am going to charge on Grom, and I can't move his token.
That's because
right over there.
Brah, there you go.
Thank
One of these
you.
days I'll remember to assign token stuff.
And I'm going to do mounted charge attack.
Alrighty. Mounted charge attack! Certainly connects. 19 piercing. Galloping forward, Rancier in through and throughs the Cyclops. You pull it out. It staggers back. Garbles something in Cyclops. Doesn't sound friendly. Anything else?
Is Cyclops giant?
No, Cyclops is its own language.
Okay. I think that's it from me.
Alright, Artorias, you're up.
Okay, I'm annoyed, but this isn't as big of a deal as it might seem. I will travel domain portal up onto the wall as my move action, and then I will use my standard action to cast Divine Favor on my.
Alrighty.
And that will. Is there anything I can do with my Swift? No. All right, that'll do it.
And Ionia, the bravest warrior of them all. As all the barbarians just are seething at their computer desks, as I call the occultist the bravest one. But
I imagine Ionia would know, but let me know if it's unfair to ask. Would I be able to cast a Vanish on myself, or would that provoke from everybody around me again?
You would know. Casting it would... You could use a move action to center yourself and ignore one of the downsides of being a psychic caster. The thought component means anytime you have to make a concentration check, your DC is 10 higher than an arcane or divine caster's, unless you spend a move action to quickly breathe and center yourself, or it would provoke 4 times, yes.
Okay. I will do that, I guess. I'm gonna cast
Alrighty.
ban it.
Alright, if you would roll that concentration check. That unfortunately is, you were looking for literally a 17.
I will use my hero point on this.
Okay.
Oh, good call.
And it's really hard, you can't quite keep it together, but then off you go. Anything from Doggo?
Yeah, he'll probably before I do that if I can. I don't know if he would still get the flanking bonus while I'm there since I'm not moving.
Yeah.
But okay.
You still threaten the square, yeah.
Okay, so he's just gonna double bite.
Bork bork.
Could he trip and also bite?
I don't think he can, no.
Okay, then he'll just double bite.
Alrighty, so then 9 damage. Hooray! And if
Hooray.
that's all, Okato.
Make me bigger.
Oh, right.
I don't think I can manipulate my own token.
Do you have a preference which way you go?
Won't matter.
Okay, so I'll do...
I guess keep me out of... Oh, okay, that's fine. Yeah, it literally does not matter, so that's cool.
Okay, sounds good.
Alright, hello, Kato. Hello, Big Kato.
Hello,
And I
Dan.
think this is the first time some of the party is seeing this, because the only time I did this one was when we were split up, so... Now everyone has seen my secret technique. It's not really a secret. And holy crap, I'm getting roll 20 lag. 1 second.
Are you still taller than me, even on the?
God
Just
damn
out
it.
of curiosity.
Is this what we've
How-
been reduced to here at the 11th
How
hour?
high is the wall?
5 feet.
Yep.
He is. Damn.
Well, I have my height here. My big height ones. See, I'm just waiting for my my other character sheet to open here, and it's what's hanging. Like, hanging really bad. Here we go. There we go. I am 11 feet 6 inches tall in Big Kata, so it's close. But I think unless you're, well, if you're 6 feet,
I mean,
you're
if
not
you're
6'6".
Are you still waiting for the page to open, or are we killing time with this discussion?
No,
He
just-
just
changes
wants to
how I
talk
would-
about how big he is, Esker. Come on.
All right. I'm going to move here.
Alrighty.
That should provoke from him.
Okay, sounds good. I always forget that's what we're trying to do here. All right, would you like to parry?
Son of a.
It would miss. I'm sure anyway.
Yeah, but I don't get the parry. So lame. So lame. All right, I will then attack the one that Minoru and company are attacking.
Okay.
We'll use Vital Strike for that attack.
Sounds good.
Son of a.
Plus 26 and 4 that's a very easy one for me. Hooray, easy math. And if you want to flavor it.
So Kato, seeing Ione is in trouble, right before she vanishes, so I guess she wasn't in that much trouble. But in the moment, he thought she was. So, he chugs down the potion. Roar! Grows to big Kato and makes a run through the giant. First giant or Cyclops swings. He ducks it, and then slices into the one that Minoru, whatever, was chewing on, and cleaves it in half with his big sword. And then he looks around and notices Ione is gone, because he just noticed that she went poof. But he's like, he went to look to make sure she was okay, and now he can't find her. And he's like, oh, okay. I'm sure she's fine.
Alrighty. And if that is all, clearly the one in charge says something in Cyclops. And 5, 10, 15, 25, 30, 5-foot step, 5-foot step, and they now will all focus on Kalira.
I was here. I thought it was my turn. I was looking at the wrong thing.
Well, fine. That's
Hope that doesn't change. It doesn't change much, I'm sure.
still good. Gets you out of a flank, but that's about it. Alright, so these two could attack. Well, actually, hold on. This one would need to not 5-foot step in, wouldn't it? Yeah. Alright, so I've got this one will be able to get both of its attacks off. These two will attack once. So it's a 33. Is that in my threat range? Is that my threat range? It is not.
That hits.
And a 18.
That also hits.
And he has
Yeah, that just hits. I forgot. I lost an AC. Shit.
as this is going on, axe comes down, the axe comes back up again, and like while this is happening, the Cyclops also like kicks forward with its leg, and somehow maintaining its balance, still manages to lean down and attempts to just like rip your throat out with its teeth, to the tune of 32 again, and 19. So presuming all four of those connect, then that's 28 plus, whoops, 2d6, 3d6, got it, plus do, boom, 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 boom. That should come out right, I think.
All right.
44 points of damage from all 4 from here. And is Kalira still standing?
Yep.
All right. Then 32 for
Also,
plus 7, wasn't it? Right? Yeah. For 13 more.
all right.
And if you're still up, 18 to hit
Yep, it's
for 9 more. And then you're on.
here. Let's see what I got left. Not much.
I'm not gonna lie. Yikes.
All right, Kalira.
Yeah, I'm sorry. I was adding it all up.
Fair enough. Lots of math happen. Lots of axes about as big as your body come down, rending into you. You try to dodge. You feel your breath catch. You're on your last legs, running out of breath, and then the Cyclops comes down and like bites a chunk out of your like tricep.
Yep. Well, not much else I can do. Guess I'll step up here and attack the guy on my left.
Alrighty.
Flanking with that guy. It's all I can get here because I feel very tired.
Okay. 15 would, well, just barely not confirm.
Aw.
And so that hits. The second attack
Sucked.
misses. And 23 points of slashing damages. If that were a people, you would probably have, like, it'd be bleeding out the femoral, but unfortunately, it being undead, just still staggering on.
I would like to intimidate this young gentleman.
Alrighty. Kato will save.
That'll be my turn.
Everybody took
Kato will
that. No, I thought that joke would go over better, and it didn't.
Oh, this gentleman, I got it.
Alrighty, to the War Priest, who is gonna 5, 10, 15, 20, 30, should be good. Floating around the corner as he does so, an enormous bow drawn from his back, and he knocks the arrow. My lord has informed me, whosoever brings the chosen of Abadar back so they can be raised in unlife will receive titles, promotion, the likes of which we had, well, before your time. I'll not bore you with the details, priest. Die for me.
This Lich hates you, Artoris.
I know.
Like-
I should have brought Arbiter with me.
He uses a standard action to Vital Strike. He has a beautiful little feat called Greater
Oh,
Weapon of the
no.
Chosen, which will allow him to roll this with advantage. So a 32 to hit for 33 points of piercing damage as an arrow the size of like a ballista bolt snaps
Okay.
out.
That hits.
Oh, Senia.
Well, you're all like I can't, you're blocking my way. Okay.
Good thing you can move like super far.
All right. So I think what I'm gonna do, I think Senya's gonna move Grom like over here.
Let me just give you control of the token. I don't know why I didn't do that in the first place. I'm so good at stuff there. You got him. You got your boy. And so should be able to move him, I mean. Hello? Am I of the undead? You said me
I still
of them.
hear you.
Okay.
All right. So Grom has enough movement to kind of do this and like do this to get within range.
And stay outside of provoking from the others, yeah.
Yeah, so she's gonna do that.
So unfortunately, this would provoke. They have reach. So you'd run through both of those.
No, I'm saying Grom should have enough movement if she wanted to do an arch
Oh, I see.
around
Okay,
to stay in their threat range.
Okay.
Yeah,
Got it.
just staying out of it because he's got insane amounts of movement.
So, is this within this guy's range?
Yes. He doesn't have a melee weapon out right now, but
Okay, so she's gonna do that, and I'm gonna mount a power attack.
y'all ready? 18. You lean in, you stab, and it kind of just, the blade bounces off his armor. It's looks like it like barely even like knocked him off balance. And if that's all from you, it passes to Arcturus.
Okay, well, I am going to, I guess I'm gonna sort of look at him and say, well, if you're gonna collect, better hit, and I'm gonna fire my own shots right back.
Alrighty.
Well said. I should write that one down.
Well, because the reality is he's about to get.
Okay. So a 17 doesn't confirm, and the hasted attack
Never lucky.
misses. But everything else gets there. So 22, 22, 26, looks like. Alrighty. Can't math. Okay, not bad. You stick in, the arrows all strike true. Just kind of, or the bolts rather, just like 1, 2, 3s back. A gasp of like, if it was a human, you would have knocked the wind out of him. Otherwise, it's just kind of mostly like, and then locusts go everywhere and out from the wounds as well. And if that's all, it goes to Ionia.
Okay, so again, just to be clear, I am considered to be like threatening a target if I'm within their threatened range, even if I'm invisible.
As long as they are within yours, yes.
Okay, so so if I move into flank with Minoru against a guy and have Minoru trip him, would that break my vanish?
No, only if you attack.
Sweet.
Oh, I don't. Son of a.
Of course, that will provoke from the Cyclops as Minoru moves in. For 27 to hit.
That'll hit.
And 12 points of damage as the axe comes down.
Okay. And then Minoru's gonna trip this guy.
Okay.
When he's threatened by Ionia. I love that.
Does that get there? That'd be a 21. Not quite, unfortunately. It's close. He bites in, he pulls back, and it mostly just makes a mess.
And then I'm going to reach over to Kato and give him quickness.
Alrighty.
So
Speaking
Kato,
of
that's +2 armor class, +2 dex, and then haste.
Wow. Love it. Thank you.
Yep.
+2 dex is super fantastic. All right, and is it Kato's turn?
Yeah, you're on.
So Kato is going to. Oh, this thing probably doesn't have combat reflexes. Bummer. This probably won't provoke. If I do a full round attack. The first attack kills. I can 5-foot step in between attacks, right?
Right.
Could I make my first attack? If it kills the Cyclops, I could then move in and make my second attack on the next one because I could reach him.
You got it.
Cool. All right, we'll just do that then. All right, so if the first one obviously doesn't kill him, then the second one will go on him.
Okay.
So nothing changes. Well, that second attack is amazing.
Second attack knocks. You haven't quite figured out how to be this tall yet, but the first one does stick in, and he remains standing.
That's all I got.
Alrighty. I'm gonna full attack Kato.
I will. How many attacks?
Bunch. A number.
Bunch.
The number about the size of the Stag Lord's AC, give or take.
I'm going to. I will attempt to parry the second attack.
Okay. So the first one is a 28 to hit.
Nope.
And the second one.
Second. So I roll a 19 on that attack.
Okay. 29 would certainly be more than enough to knock aside the second blow from the axe.
All right. Here's my riposte.
Is this from the shaken dude?
Yes. So it would be a 9 actually.
All right. Here's my riposte. If this hits, obviously ignore the additional precision damage. But... God damn, 18 or 16 rather.
Does hit because he's flanked though.
Oh, okay.
To add
And then
on
so
24
28.
more, and if you want to flavor it.
Cool. The ogre thinks he can fight me. What a joke. He swings wide. Kato's just dancing around his first swing like, is that all you got? And then the second blade comes and he's like, all right, enough of this. And he bats it aside and with the momentum of the parry, slices through keeps the momentum going and slices through the coronary artery kind of along and just
The top
dives,
of his head.
drives it deep in and down he goes.
Alrighty, then this Cyclops will also full attack. At Kalira, a 32 to confirm.
Bye, Kalira.
Unless you roll real low.
So the thing about
That's not happening.
a battle axe, it's you. I have to roll max. You know this. And battle axe is crit times 3.
Ow.
Ooh!
50 damage.
Yeah. Negative 40.
Holy fuck.
Do you have a hero point?
Yeah.
Do you want to stabilize?
Yeah.
Alrighty, so the axe goes like it's just perfect. It's flawless. It comes down, and Kalira, as the axe connects with like your shoulder, everybody sees her just driven under by the weight of the axe. And we will continue the full attack routine at Kato, such as it is. 20 probably doesn't get there.
Nope.
And then
if you're rolling plus 9s, you need 20s, so.
Alright. And you're out of parries and stuff, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
Well, I can parry no more riposte, but I'm not going to parry any of these. Holy shit!
19 to confirm?
No. But
So
that's a
then,
hit.
only the bite gets through to the tune of 10 damage as you watch the marshal go down. And he just continues flailing your direction. You dodge the axe, you dodge his leg as he comes up, but not his like bite, as it would bite through and through your like carotid, but you're able to lean out of the way, so it just gets your like shoulder. Kalira's stable, priest of war, 5 foot fervor doesn't provoke, it'll be fine. Artoris would probably tell you from his time in the church that war priests can, as a swift action, cast any spell they have prepped, as long as it only targets them. And it doesn't have somatics. So then I am going to hit myself with an inflict critical wounds because I'm a little hurt. Because you shot
that's
me.
right. You're one of these things.
So negative energy
Yep.
is healing. Huh.
Big ouchie to me. Just making sure I have that right. Okay. Put back on only 23, but it's better than nothing, as it floods itself with locusts, and the locusts kind of like merge with its body. As that happens, they seem to like take on its form and fill up the gashing pierce wounds from where bolts have through and through'd. It's gonna, I guess now I need to 5-foot step, don't I don't really have great line of sight to Arcturus anymore. What do I do?
Should have just stayed behind the wall.
I should have just stayed behind the wall.
No.
And I can't really outrun a horse. What I can do, if I have all of my full actions left, drops bow, draws enormous scythe, is gonna swing it at Grom.
Use your
Ride by attack.
use your pseudo parry on your character. Do a ride check.
See if Senya can get Grom to dance out of the way fast enough. All right, so 23 to beat. Still using Greater Weapon of the Chosen. It just does. Fair enough. It's a very, very narrow dodge, but you are able to really, really cheat the RNG on that.
You rolled a 1 and a 2.
Yepper. Let's get a 5-foot step to put the building between Arcturus and me.
Oh, you scaredy cat.
I don't want to get shot. I'm not scared. I'm a practical cat. And it goes to Senya.
I mean, Senya can't do anything right now.
Oh, right. Never mind.
Because, yeah, that's
yeah.
one. That drawback is once per combat, unfortunately.
Combat. I thought it was
Yep.
once per day.
Once
So
per
yeah,
combat.
Senya's dazed.
I suppose also on the 1 and 2, this is probably where Grinluke's body dislodges itself from the scythe, and some of it gets like, it splits in such a way that either half of him lands on either side of Grom, and like when Grom comes down, Grom's feet, it's hard to dodge his body, and just kind of like down on his head. There's a pop. Arcturus
Just
gone.
promote him.
Ain't that the way? All right. Well, I mean, if he's content LOSing me, then I will do the same. I'm gonna 5-foot there, and I'm gonna fight. Does anyone keep track of which guy this guy is? Was he the one that Senya initially shot?
It is.
Okay, perfect. And then I will fire at that guy.
Alrighty, this one here?
Yep.
Cool. Pew, pew, pew. Okay. That's both of them confirm. For a grand total of... Did you want to flavor it? I'm sure it's dead. Yeah, it's very dead.
That's
You
just a
kids,
shame,
these-
because those were meant for him.
Yeah, that'd have been good.
No, I'll pass.
Alrighty, fair enough. Then in that case, he just... And he's gone. Ionia.
Okay, damn it, you moved just out of my range, Arcturus. Okay, I will cast Badger's Ferocity on Kato's weapon and Senya's weapon.
Badgers. Oh, nice.
And then I will 5-foot step here. And Minoru will 5-foot step here. And he can 5-foot step and trip, right?
Yes.
And he's gonna trip this guy.
Yes, he will. And down he goes.
Don't. He needs, what is it, greater trip, where if
I'm
you
working on
successfully make an attack of opportunity.
So,
Yeah, we only have so many feats.
I know.
well, goes on to Kato then.
All right. So, am I able to? I can't. I wouldn't be able to charge through to get to the sky, would I? Because there's too much shit in the way, I imagine.
Yeah, probably not. Lots of people and bodies and things.
Lots of people and bodies and things. Son of a pooey. Okay. So let's see. This is 5, 10, 15, 20, 30. Yeah, he's too far away. So I'm going to 10, 15, 20, 25. Does he provoke if he's prone?
No.
I'm gonna move here. Boop.
Alrighty.
And attack with Vital Strike. And it's a +4.
Mm-hmm. Okay. Stabbing in, still breathe. Well, I can't say still breathing. Still functional, still holding together. You stab down. The Cyclops exhales, like gasp of not so much air to breathe, but just air that was in his lungs. It's just necrotic, gross, disgusting halitosis everywhere. And then is gonna stand up, and it provokes from Minoru and Kato, Ionia if she wants to break invisibility. Okay, that definitely connects.
That
So
first
it
one
can.
only.
Alrighty. 27 and then 7 more. Still standing, rises up to its feet, turns towards Minoru.
This one's stronger.
Is going to swing down. 25 to hit Minoru for a number. Oh, there's so much math in here now.
Oh, you need 26 for Minoru.
Oh, well, then he won't take max damage. All right. Warriors time. All right, as a swift action, I do some fervor. As you do. Bam! Burning up all my high-level spell slots to heal. Oh my god, can't. Math. Goes to that. And then do I 5-foot step and swing? Do I have 10 feet from there? I don't. I'm not committing to this. I just need to draw. 15. Okay, cool. Alrighty. So I think what we'll do is check what level spell that is. It's that level spell. And I put the DC. I did. And we're in range. Kato will save spellcraft check if anyone wants to roll it.
I can't see him, so I don't think I can roll.
Last charmed life of the day.
Ionia, you have no idea. Kato, for like a split second, the dragon hilt, or whatever animal we put on it for answering. No, it was a... Consider, what if you were just a fucking goose? You fly away! It animates for a split second into, like, the head of a cobra. It seems to, like, lash out at your wrist. You force your will, essentially, upon the blade, and it does not hold its shape. And it goes to Senia.
All right, let's see. Okay. All right, so Am I coming through?
Yeah, gotcha.
Okay, so I'm gonna move there. That puts me within range to do 1 attack.
Yeah, alrighty.
And that's whatever Badger's ferocity is. Adding.
Didn't affect it.
Makes it
Okay.
keen.
Badger's
Oh, okay.
Badger's is it just improves your crit range.
Oh, okay.
And it again just slides off the armor. I have no business with you, girl. Out of my way. Give me the priest. My lord would have words with him.
Artaurus, you had to antagonize him through his goddamn bird.
Speaking
It's gonna
of which,
hunt. It's gonna hunt you.
Oh. I'm gonna go ahead and. Was this guy blind like the Lich?
no, he seems perfectly capable of seeing. There's a little red pinprick inside the eye. You assume that's what he's seeing with. Most of the socket is just like squirming with locusts and other pestilency type things.
Okay, I'm gonna cast invisibility on myself and then teleport. And that'll. Wait, swift action. Well, maybe once I have that meta magic rod, but not right now. So.
Alrighty. Well, then it goes to Ionia.
You mean after we sell that meta magic rod? And
You gotta rebuild the keep somehow.
Okay, well, first things first, let's have Minoru. Is this guy still prone?
He did stand up. Might be.
Okay.
Wow.
Oh, did I get an attack of opportunity against him? Did I miss that?
You and Kato did. You could if you wanted to, but it would
But you
break out his
break down.
Oh,
ability.
right. Okay, I remember now. How's he looking?
Not very good. Most of the force that animates him has kind of like fallen apart at this point.
Minoru's gonna double bite.
Alrighty. That's all you needed. If you want to flavor it.
I'm not worried about it. And then I will move. Give me 1 sec here.
Speaking for myself, Grinluke has me singularly focused on killing this guy.
Grinluke.
Rolled a
What a
d3
guy.
and alphabetized. It was either going to be Bakken, Grinluke, or Jubilos died to him.
Oh,
You said it
Why
was
couldn't it have
Grinluke.
been? Why couldn't it have been Jubilos?
Jubilos.
no.
Because I will never die. I'm the
I love-
ghost
I mean-
of Jubilost.
I'm glad it wasn't Bakken.
Or
But yeah,
taken
Jubilos
either
would
of
have
the
been.
other two. That's so rude.
No. Nah. We got the second best option.
Okay, I'm gonna run up here. I'm gonna cast Legacy Weapon on Senya's Ransor. That gives. Let me calc this real quick. Oh, that's just +2.
Alrighty, sounds good.
So +2 on your weapon, and
And that would mean she's no longer concentrating on Badger's ferocity.
is Legacy Weapon concentrate?
No, but concentration is your standard action.
You
Oh,
have
it
to
is?
Yep.
Mhm.
concentrate every round to maintain Badger weapon.
Oh, that works different in D&D. I get confused. Okay. Can I undo that then? I didn't realize that's how that works.
Yep, sure.
In that case, shit, I don't know. Minoru will run just on the other side of this guy. I kind of want him like there, but 5 feet
Off the
back.
map, 5
Just
feet. Got it.
yeah, just getting ready to flank with Kato when Kato comes in.
Alrighty. So
And
I'm not making an attack with the attack action, but I will use my attack of opportunity. So just the one, and I will re-roll his damage if it hits. 38 to hit.
okay.
And it's, what is my math normally then? Would be plus that, yeah. Plus this, because I'm not using an attack of opportunity, but all my blessings and things are still ticking on. So not 53 damage, but 35. As Minoru goes running, and the scythe just kind of like comes up to meet him.
Minoru is down.
Alrighty. Want to stabilize him?
I don't think I can. Oh wait. I didn't take an action since I didn't do legacy weapon, so I still won't be able to get him up, but I can come in and get ready to heal him.
Alright, what would that put him to on a negative value?
3.
-3? Alright, cool. Alright, Kato.
Oh, poor doggo. Well, there goes my flank bonus.
Dread.
You did, and I appreciate you for it. All right, well, let's move in. Not moving there. Hold on. Why is I don't know why my roll 20 is like lagging like crazy for me right now. And it's like pinging and doing all sorts of stuff. Okay. Right there.
Y'all ready?
And then hiya!
Hiya! Unfortunately. Just bounces off the armor.
Unfortunately.
I have no business with you either, my lord. Bring me the priest of Abadar. I suppose my lord would be happy with the corpse of a dog. Not what we came here for, but it is sufficient.
You made it my business when you came to my home. Disgusting creature. Yeah, I'm done.
Alright, I would like to attack Kato.
I would I would like to attempt parry.
Alrighty. Okay. So then I roll with advantage and either have a 24 or a 35.
Yeah.
Would a 35 hit?
Yeah. 35 would hit.
47 damage as the scythe just through and throughs you almost. You can feel like the wound almost instantly infects itself. There's like bits of little tiny locust things that go crawling in and start like tearing it from the inside. Now will you move? Sania.
I haven't seen you get hit by an attack roll in so long. Del.
It hit me by 1. I had 34 AC and he 35.
And he attacks.
And ping
Loved it,
ping.
but I didn't think I needed to.
Not a lot of much. Grom can also attack as well, I should say.
Oh, yeah, I keep forgetting. So Grom will.
Only his gore can reach from range, though.
Do a gore.
To no avail. Oh, Artoris. Once again,
Okay.
Kato's not looking good. Locusts crawling up in it. Like, it burns. It feels horrible. Gross yellow. Like, your blood as it hits the ground turns this weird, yellowy, noxious color and kind of floats away. Apollo is pleased.
As I made my way, as I reappeared down here, and kind of I allowed myself a moment to actually take notice of Grinluke's quite eviscerated corpse from the sounds of.
Yeah, he's in 2 pieces.
And my eyes were kind of fixated on that for a few seconds before turning to look at the creature and unleashing a volley. It's a +2 from invisibility against a sighted creature on the first attack.
Alrighty. But did we get within 30 feet?
No sneak attack.
Got it. Alrighty.
Very mediocre rolls here.
So mediocre that only the hasted attack sticks.
Uh,
But stick it does.
and that'll do it.
Alrighty. Ah, there you are. Hello, Vilmeyer. And Ionia, you're up.
Okay. I will. Stabilizes just prevents like bleed damage, right?
It will stop him from dying from, like, he won't be taking negatives. He will sit at -3.
He has to be like pretty negative for it to kill him, right?
Negative amount equal to his constitution score.
His constitution score. Okay.
So for Minoru, probably quite a bit.
Then instead what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna cast a Vanish on him, and I'm gonna start pulling him away.
Alrighty. And if he could roll to stabilize.
And that's a fort.
Just constitution, no fort.
Great con.
Okay, that should be good enough. He's stable, you cast Vanish, he disappears. He starts moving away, the Cyclops is focused over here.
And real quick, dragging him, I would move at probably half
I would
speed.
say, what's your Shank score again?
Oh, my strength.
Yeah.
18 right now.
No, fair enough. Yeah, probably about half then. Nice.
You have 18 strength.
I can have 18 strength. I pulled this stuff.
Cultist stuff. Alright, dragging him off the board, and Kato.
Kato is not looking so good. He's teetering back and forth. He's about to, like... He's wobbly, and... The grip on his sword is loosening as his wrist kind of twitches, and his arm is trembling, but he's still barely hanging in there. Okay. What do I do? What do I do? I guess I should update see how much panache I have. I have 4 left, okay. Well, I'm gonna assume that hit that he got on me was a lucky shot. So, yeah, let's go with that. I'm just gonna swing for the fences here.
Okay, sounds good. Alright, second one doesn't quite get there, but the first one certainly does. Boom. Plus that much as bits of him bleeds all over the place.
I'll spend a panache to double the precision damage again.
And 4 more. You got it. Alrighty, and if that is all, let's see here. I have 1, 2, 3. I suppose we do. Swift action, oh fervor. Standard action. As he just like, you stab in, the wound is gaping, the locusts start like biting down on the wound in such a way as to like stitch it up. And then I think I'm just going to swing at Kato.
Alright, this time I'm going to use dodging panache.
Okay.
That's my charisma score as a dodge bonus.
And you get to move too, right?
5 feet.
Okay.
So I will take, I'll just step back here. So it doesn't negate your attack if I move out of range. It's very explicit about that.
But it does give you a huge buff to AC. So
Better
then
one.
35 to hit?
Not more. Would've.
Just barely, as the scythe comes down, probably takes out the side of whatever building, the blacksmith that Senia got her armor in. It is now missing a sizable portion of the roof. It all like caves down in. Well, quite the combatant, aren't you? Back up more. I'd like to get to the priest now. Oh, Senia.
Hey, if you leave me alone, he's all yours.
I don't
Come
think
on.
you need
Nah,
me.
All right, Senya's is gonna. Wait, hold on. He moved up, right?
Yes, took a 5-foot step forward.
So she's gotta move 5-foot step back
Okay.
to maintain that.
Yes.
Okay, first one sticks.
And Grom's gonna gore.
Y'all ready?
Womp womp.
Womp womp indeed.
So Tara, what you can do in the future, unless there's a little bit of, you can do Grom's. Oh no, yes, you can do Grom's full attack, and then 5-foot step him out, and then do your attack, so that he gets his bite and his hoofs.
Okay.
Grom is also still technically within 5 feet from his square, whereas Senia is within 10 feet. So he could
Okay,
try to
so-
kick.
Okay.
Oh, Arcturus.
Yeah, I'm gonna do a bite and a kick.
Oh, fair. I forgot you have a bite.
For full round, 2 kicks, a bite, and and then one more
One more
kick.
kick attempt.
And all of them just kind of bounce off his armor, or like, instead of him, connect with a locust or the body of somebody who's laying nearby.
Doesn't hurt to try.
Doesn't hurt
No.
to try.
Absolutely no harm.
Did that get him in sneak attack range? Almost. Alright, Arcturus.
But I'm knowing that he's trying to get nearer to me. I'm going to take a step back, and then I will remember this time to put my +1 on attack because of my teamwork feat, and then fire a full round attack at. Rather disgusting. This is a particularly disgusting thing that you've thrown at us, you know.
Covered with
I like-
many a locust and scythe things. I figured y'all are pretty cool. Y'all deserve a lieutenant. Okay. Everything but the haste connects. That's neat. Plus 21, 25, 24. Did that do it? Did that? Well, Arcturus.
Good job.
If you would please flavor that kill.
So after I saw Grinluke's, what remains of Grinluke, to like kind of my forward, I would have just entered sort of just a divine trance and just continued to just fire. The brief, like the 6 seconds, I suppose, between my last 2 rounds would have just been reloading and preparing the next volley of shots. It would have just been a blind sort of Abaddon, like, again, fury at this guy. And does he like come apart the way that the Lich does, or like how exactly does he break into pieces? I suppose I'm not sure how like corporeal.
This is probably just as he's coming forward and swings the scythe, and Kato is just barely able to like lean back and suck his gut in so he doesn't get cut across the middle. That's where it's just like boom, 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 and he just like the momentum carries him forward, and he lands. Like Kato and Grom both have to like jump out the way, and he just kind of collapses on the ground.
There's enough of a thing left that it crashes down. Yeah.
Yeah, and that's the initiative. There is, I guess. My first question is, what do you do immediately, the 5 of you?
I'm gonna heal, just start pumping heals into Minoru, and I get us at least, somewhere decent.
Sounds good. And now everyone can tell by the grace of, like, one of Kalira's legs was a little close to a blood splatter, so when the axe hit, she slid, and it didn't through and through her. She's still alive. But that's the only thing that spared her from being just, like, sharing the same fate as Grinluke.
Oh yeah, Kalira.
So Senya's gonna hop off Grom and go over to Kalira and stick a potion down her throat to cure medium wounds.
Alrighty.
Is there still fighting going on in the city?
Yes. Probably not fighting 17 back to Kalira. Unless y'all want to go pick a fight. There's probably not any fighting that happens for y'all. But there is still fighting going on, like city block to city block on the walls.
We
Like as
seem
if
to
on
be
cue, a rock comes over and like lands in the blacksmith's shop and finishes it off.
Or did you say a rock?
Yeah, like Cyclops
Like a
is gonna throw
stone,
rocks. Just,
not
like, pick
not
it
a.
up.
Oh, I was thinking like that big bird that we killed a while ago.
Someone animated the rock.
That rock. The bird. That would be hilarious. Not really. Don't give him any ideas.
And now we've been copyright sued. Sorry, PBS, it was funny.
So, does it feel like the city is lost at this point, or?
Feels like you guys are gonna have your night cut out for you. It's probably still like repulsable. It's just a matter of like flavoring how you do it, and your actions will prevent more casualties. That kind of thing.
I could use a bop from a wand from somebody if they don't mind.
Yeah, remind me one more time. I'll put it on my sheet this time. How does the cure light wounds heal?
1d8 plus 1, and it had 50 charges in total. When it runs out, it will just be a sad stick. As I quickly jam in the loot. He didn't have a lot, but he had some stuff.
Oh, that's kind of cool. So is it 8 or is it 12?
The 8, I think, would be like to hit, technically.
Oh no, the 12 would
I
be
get
if
rid
it could crit, but you can't crit with a heal.
Oh,
Right.
okay, gotcha.
Yeah, so it's 8. Okay, that'll be enough to.
Oh, that was for Minoru.
Oh,
Yeah, my dog is dying.
The War
Right,
Priest of
fair enough.
Apollyon has on him a +1 guided scythe of size large, a +1 guided longbow composite with a strength rating of 10, also large, and +1 full plate.
Do I want to grow large and start wielding a scythe, guys?
I mean, the scythe would help with me and Minoru's tripping, but I'm not big enough for it.
No, I'm not.
I'd have to start taking some of those potions. Should we just all take potions
crossbow
of...
thing's not. Crossbow thing's not really working out for you, so maybe you should try a new build.
I would be. I mean, while everyone's sort of healing up, I'm definitely hurt because he like effectively a harpoon bolt at me.
Kiddo,
But
real quick, how bad are you?
4 hit points.
Oh,
Thanks.
What do you mean?
here, take that one too.
A 2.
I mean, that's the thing
So-
about these wands. You just keep bop, 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 especially out of combat. Like that's.
Oh, wait. Okay, so this first number is how much it heals.
Yeah.
Ignore the
Second
second number.
Oh, okay, my bad.
The
Take a
second would be.
moment with Grinluke's remains and sort of.
Yeah. What's Grinluke got on him?
That's reasonable, yeah. He
How
would
dare
also
you.
have... Oh, he's got stuff.
I think Kalira, once she's back up, she would thank Senia and look around and see that the immediate danger is gone, and then she will continue moving, heading towards her soldiers.
Yeah, we gotta. The lieutenant is down, but the city is not yet saved. If we don't want to lose, absolutely everything that we've built here, we need to keep moving. As Kalira's gone.
As Kalira's already just down the block. Okay. So then I guess what I will ask is, we won't make it super mechanical and drawn out. That was the last encounter of the day. Unless you really want to go fight Trench Mist tomorrow, we could do that. But does anyone want to do anything to help the night other than just go in block to block hunting zombies?
I'd like to, find a coordinate of my soldiers or grave maidens and see if I can direct them with my soldier skills. I don't know.
Okay, sounds good. Anybody else got any bright ideas?
You're gonna gather your gray maidens and go hunting. That sounds good.
I'm gonna try to seek out and rescue, if needed, any of the remaining council.
Okay.
Yeah, and Minoru could probably sniff people out
That's what I was thinking.
as well.
Senya's gonna go and try and help through the streets and help out in combat, whatever needed there.
Kato's gonna try to find where the fighting is the thickest and try to rally the defenses. The king is here fighting alongside you. Let's repel these invaders together. Yada yada.
Makes sense.
I will be retrieving Arbiter and concentrating my efforts on keeping the area around the temple secure, assuming
You might
fighting.
want to check on that place.
What I immediately would have gone after retrieving Arbiter. If the fighting is not in that area, but I would probably I would check the temple quite thoroughly, and assuming everything was okay there, I would join the fight probably with Kato, wherever he's concentrating his efforts. But otherwise, if the fighting is near the temple, I would concentrate my efforts on that.
Okay. Sounds good to me. So we will just bounce through the five of you. We'll start with Arcturus. You make it to the temple. Folks have grabbed 3 or 4 wagons and overturned them in a C shape out in front of the temple so as to make a barricade. There's fighting basically everywhere in Rusten. Folks are in general surprised to see all of you. They knew the castle had gone down, and it was just if we run, we will be killed. This is our last stand. Here we go. Abadar's holy symbol has been brought out from inside the shrine to sit in the middle of the barricade, almost like a banner, I guess. And folks have, as Cyclops has turned the corner, and they do try to get it together and make some kind of organized rush. There are a couple of them that are a little more about themselves and not just your average run-of-the-mill zombie. And from time to time you also see a kobold or a particularly large centipede crawl over a building or something, and in between holy water that is hucked across the square on the other side of the temple, and you yourself just kind of set up and fire. You are able to hold the line, and by the grace of Abadar, nothing bad happens to home.
Whew.
Well, temple. Home is a different story. Home is very bad. Ionia, you and Minoru go bopping around, and you would be busy all night pulling people out of buildings, pulling people out from rubble. You do come upon the only member of the... Oh, she's back. I'll start that over. That's my B. I didn't realize she had got up. Ionia, it takes you the whole night. There's people hurt everywhere. There's people trapped under buildings that Minoru can pull out everywhere. In some cases, it's just oh, there's a person, pull it out. And unfortunately, they had already expired. You do not come upon any members of the council. You do find he's kind of huddled up in the corner of a building that has mostly given out, except for somehow this one support is still standing, and so he has this corner. Little Mateus has just taken to ball up in the corner, terrified, afraid for his life. A little bit of quick words of encouragement, and he nods and tries his best to shake it off, climbs onto the back of Minoru and follows you around and does what little he can as a babby cleric to give the dying a second chance in what will rapidly go down in history as probably the worst night, at least so far, that's happened in the history of Old Concordia. Senya street to street bopping. Senya is probably the reason everyone can get where they're going. Like, Artoris, you rush to the temple, and here come 3 Cyclops that you can't get around, and then a Rancer blooms out of the front of one of them, and Senya is gallop, 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 and we've all seen Battle of 5 Armies where Thranduil's moose is just like bam and knocks all the orcs aside. Kind of samesies as Grom just goes like charging, horns lowered, gores. It's very, very busy work. It's hard to maneuver a horse through alleys that are choked with the bodies of Cyclops and like folks that, much like at the temple, tried to set up a barricade, then said barricade was overrun. Kalira and Kato heading up to the front, rallying the troops, finding your troops. That's where you find the rest of the council just kind of in the thick of it. It's real clear the wall has been opened like perfectly, as if that chunk of wall ceased to exist. You saw its creation, its destruction seems to have been the same. You assume that very lieutenant, and then later on the rest of the council would be able to corroborate this, just kind of walked up to the wall, no one could harm them, put his hand on the wall moved, and then in they flooded. After a long night of strategically ordering troops to take back key parts of cities, get reorganized, set up various rallying points, and rally them in general, you are able to pull it all together, and by the time the sun rises in the morning, the battle is over. I don't want to go so far as to say you have won, because that seems to be not Pyrrhic enough, right?
I was going to say, would Pyrrhic victory kind of...
Concordia
The roll that
stands, the town stands. You've lost probably about a third of the army has been either killed, or in some cases, troops report them being literally just dragged off the battlefield, presumably to refortify the armies of Vorticai. And with that, I think now we will do the thing that we would have done so long ago, but we will do right now. Let me get that 1d5 for that in-character reflection. How are you feeling? Who would like to go first?
Go.
All right, Kalira Ashling.
Seeing as I did just a flavorful roll here for my soldiering, and I rolled a crit, I'm feeling pretty good.
Fair. Now you roll a crit after all of that.
After all the terrible rolls, I play Kalira Ashling, half-elf barbarian, the superstitious ilk, and after having a fortress fall on me and having to dig my way out of the rubble, and then having a lich absorb parts of my life force out of me, I guess, something, I don't know, and then all culminating in me having to face down more creatures while I'm still quite tired from the first battle, and inevitably falling before the axe of one. Once I was conscious again, thanks to my war sister Senya, I swore to Gorm then and there that they would take no more from me. And I ran out into the streets, found as many soldiers as I could, and we fought and we pushed them back as best we could. And I think I saw the FOP, I don't know. He wasn't big anymore, so I couldn't really tell. But it was mostly me. That's my reflection.
All right, fair enough. For the last 30 minutes, you've got a hero point. Good for you. Anybody else want to talk about their feelings with us?
retroactively, I lost it because I
Oh, fair.
technically used it.
Yeah, it is what it is. As I make a
think we
secret
all
roll that everyone who's watching can see how long till Vorticai respawns, but the party doesn't know that. Anybody want to volunteer
Rude.
for next
We'll
season?
see. Yeah, I'll
Uh,
go. Oh, no? You going, Ionia? Go for it.
I don't care. I was just gonna go because no one else was.
Then do it. It's yours.
Okay.
You're
Okay. Ionia Essel, mostly human occultist. So Minoru and I got got beat pretty bad this time. Like more than we have for a while now. So that was a bit humbling. Minoru's never gone down, so that was probably pretty emotional in the moment there. But now that we're both back up and kicking, I'm very concerned about Jubilost. I've got to find my best friend. That's all I got.
Works for me. Anybody want to volunteer for next season?
I thought Ada was your best friend.
Oh, not anymore.
Yeah, I'll go. Right,
Alrighty.
so I'm playing, of course, Artoris, Inquisitor of Abadar, very human, quite Cheliax. And I don't even know where to begin. So I guess let's start with the positives. The positive being that the city itself, town itself, still seems to exist. That the temple still stands. That rallied together under this wonderful banner of Abadar, this holy symbol, and so I feel like by the end of the night, it's probably my spirits would be a little higher, but once the fighting died down and I had time to reflect, the loss of Grinluke, probably most distressingly, and then also the fact that it seems to be quite personal between this Lich and myself, between his constant commands to Clera to kill me, and now this particular lieutenant was seemingly disinterested in everybody but killing me. So I can't help but feel a certain amount of I don't know, of guilt almost, like in the sense that this guy came here to kill me and Grinluke died. Certainly that would those thoughts would be in my mind. Probably above all else, I would be resolved that this sort of affront to civilization and to Abadar very directly, given what happened to Grinluke, can't go unpunished. That I was already all in favor of making deals quite literally with the devil to hunt down this Lich and destroy it. Whatever like zealous obsession I already had with that singular goal, it's like amplified by like 20. So that's where my character's at. Basically, anything short of something that furthers that goal at this point would frustrate me.
Alrighty, very good. Hero point for you, my guy, and that leaves the King and the Warden, I believe. Hey, I got it right again. Hell yeah.
Senya, I guess, will go.
Alright, make it so.
Senya has no words. She rides through the streets, running through the hordes of the undead Cyclops. This day would rival the day her tribe was decimated. She had seen her allies fall more than once today, and she was almost buried alive. She will no longer run. She ran before. She rides Grom. Her purpose is singular: to rid her home of evil. That is all.
Alrighty. I thought you were going to be like, I'll go. I have no words. I definitely thought you were going to cheat. By the way, I'll put it in here before I forget. The 23 I rolled is how many build points you get from generic large battle axes and large breastplates and big arrows and things like that. But my lord, my king, my fop,
Muffop.
take us home.
exhausted, Kato drudges through the streets, assessing the damage, the wounded, crying out in pain. It's basically Game of Thrones series finale everywhere.
Please don't bring that.
There's so many Starbucks cups just sitting.
So many. And Kato is completely distraught. You know, in the heat of the moment, the collapse of the castle, the invasion, you know, everything going on, the adrenaline of the battle, and the, you know, his sheer desire to repel this threat, stop the Lich, stop the invasion, to reduce the damage, all of that was at the forefront of his mind. So the actual, you know, implications of what had happened hadn't quite sunk in yet. But now, in a moment of calm, as the adrenaline sort of drains from Kato and, you know, everything sort of sets in, the reality of the situation hits him in his gut and in his heart. And for the first time, I think, in Kato's entire life, he is facing like real and true despair, loss and despair. You know, he's gone through a lot these past couple of years out here in the Stolen Lands, issues with the, you know, the issues back home, and the you know, the exile and the loss of, you know, Rogue Squadron, and there have been losses, but there's never been anything anywhere to the scale of what has happened today. His home destroyed, his people butchered, and a man that he started to warm up to almost as a friend. You know, he never really got a chance to bond with this man, but he respected him greatly. It was Grinluke, and, you know, the vision, the memory of the hewn corpse just laying there before them, like it's just all haunting and tormenting. So Kato has no words to describe his feelings. Just, he's right now, as things currently stand, I would say the Kato has been broken.
Got him. All right, fair enough. Hero points, retroactively used or otherwise, all around. The day dawns. In total, y'all are looking at the sheet. Y'all know your population. It has been reduced by 1/3 in casualties, given that many of them were members of the militia or just kind of trapped either in the ruins of the castle or impossible to get out when the hordes attacked. The floor is basically on all of you now as to what your next move is, who to talk to, what to do, things of that nature.
Well,
Might I suggest, first things first, and I know you're probably going to jump to the conclusions here, that rod, and I'm referring to the one that Aeonia retrieved.
Oh, this is Minoru's new toy.
I might be able to make use of it, but that's not what I'm bringing this up about. Do you think perhaps we might be able to ascertain something about the Lich with your object reading? He carried it.
That is a very good question, and someday when I can scry, this might be a good tool for that as well. I'll kind of brace myself, and I'll say, have Arbiter ready. I'm not sure what effect this will have on me physically or mentally. And I will object read the rod.
Alrighty. So I know we're very late in the campaign, but I've only just recently really looked at the occultist, and I realized I miscalled an ability a very long time ago and have been running with it. I focused a little too hard on this functions as the psychometry skill unlock. An occultist doesn't have to roll a praise. It just happens. And also, fun fact, I didn't realize you don't necessarily need an item. You can do that for a place as well. You could go sit in the center of a house, and you would get things.
Well, it's a separate spell. That one's called Recognition, and I have that one too.
No, fair enough. I was
La-di-da.
just looking at psychometry stuff. One can psychometry in a building. But Kato, what were you say?
Before we jump into doing actual things, which I'm super excited to see what this object reading leads to, just as kind of an overarching thing, as you know, as the castle is gone, I would have asked, like once things had kind of calmed down, I would have met with Arcturus and suggested that perhaps we could use the Temple of Abadar as a temporary meeting place for the council.
Of course.
The office, your office, basically. We could.
Ooh.
People are going to want to use the temple for prayer, and this is a very mortifying time for them. But the secure chamber in the back, I think we should repurpose temporarily for important council meetings, so we can all have a place to gather and discuss.
See,
Private
that's well, I guess that'll wait. Never mind. Go ahead.
Well, yeah, that's if you think everyone can behave themselves, I would have no objection.
They better themselves. We need to be united now, not bickering amongst each other.
Quite right. Then yes, of course, I'm sure.
So I don't know, Orioni, if that's where you would be doing the I'm just trying to set a stage so that we know where this object reading could possibly be happening.
Okay. Well, you take the rod, you sit, inhale, exhale. I'm jamming for a medium on Fridays, and I'm beginning to just love the occult classes so much because all of their cool mechanical stuff is just take the plot and run with it. And it's very good to GM for. And I'm very happy whoever came up with that. But inhale, close your eyes, exhale. When you do, the world is a brilliant crimson color. You look to your right, your arm finishes forming. There's kind of like, you hear in your mind's ear the distinct popping of a bone setting itself back in place. You roll your shoulder, and once again you rise in unlife. There's kind of that, I think we all understand when I say you wake up, everything feels pretty good. You feel pretty refreshed. And then that's when you remember all of the bad things that happened yesterday and your mood rapidly just drops, right? I'm sure
I've been there.
We've all lived life, right? And that's just the feeling in the pit of your stomach drops, rapidly replaced with just the rage, the audacity that a weak and puny and short-lived mortal would dare oppose your will. That said, you've clearly underestimated them. Clearly you cannot show up in one of their tinier colonies, bomb them, convince them to serve you. It will take more. Despite the differences, despite the obvious disparity between their priest and their soldiers, they will not be dissuaded away from one another. You'll need magic. And you'll need, as you move over to what you see is just this enormous, like the size of my computer tower, which is about 2 feet tall, tome, flipping through it page by page until you find the perfect spell to stop the wretched priest from blowing your body apart again, and you commit it to memory over and over and over and over. You're sure by now no, better to ask. You reach into just kind of right over from where you are presently sitting and grab this tiny little jar. Unstopper it. Dump out its contents onto the ground, and this tiny little kobold appears. Obviously just completely paranoid and freaking out and trying to run, and you snap your fingers and the whole body just kind of goes limp. Do you think your sapping teams would be done by now, little one? You've had months Are they prepared? And the kobold, like, just kind of nods really slowly. Certainly had enough time. Good enough. Opens jar, scoops up what seems to be a physical form into the jar, and when the jar connects with it, it turns into like liquid smoke and just into the jar. You stop it again, set it down. Moving over to a corner of the room where there are 4 particularly large sarcophagi. You move to one emblazoned with the unholy symbol of the Lord of Pestilence himself. You reach onto the lid, throw it back. Olero, rise. You hold out your hand. Black energy kind of like overtakes it. You pick your hand up, and on time with it, sitting up straight, very Don't Wake Daddy style, this enormous Cyclops pulls a scythe out from like a little compartment behind it. Lead our forces. Bring me as many souls as you can. Take before your lord what you must. But bring me the head and soul of their council. The priest, the half-elf, I believe they have a dog. Bring me the dog, bring me the horse. All 5 of them. They will serve in undeath, and you will be rewarded with their kingdom. To do with as you see fit. There's a quick bow. Yes, my lord. And then off they go into like where there are rows and rows and rows and rows in another chamber of sarcophagi that just pop open, and more and more and more Cyclops rise in undeath. There are many a sarcophagi that remains sealed as this happens, including 3 more that all very distinctly seem to bear the unholy symbols of various horsemen of the apocalypse. As a last afterthought, you reach over and grab the rod you are now holding, thinking that you need to hedge your bets a little bit. It would not be prudent to take your valuables into battle, and as like a last, like, wait a minute, you reach in and it goes black for like a split second, and then it goes black again. Like it goes from super, super dark black to black, but there's light shining on it. You remove the Oculus of Abaddon from your eye. You set your phylactery down in such a way that it would not fall into wrong hands, even as you pick up the rod that will allow you to cast with merely a thought, and the world goes black, and then goes to the black again of Ionia with her eyes closed in a room that is lit.
Okay, so just to be clear here, the phylactery was the of Abaddon, right?
Yes. You can very easily now confirm that the Oculus of Abaddon is the thing that Vorticai has tied his soul to. To destroy him, you will need to destroy it.
Okay, and what exactly does that look like?
It's his eye, right?
Yeah, just kind of like a red gemstone about the size of a human's fist. It would
Like
fit perfectly in his eye.
Sorry, I didn't mean to cut you off. I was just a little confused. She could see only because he had that in his head, and then when he took it out, she couldn't see. Or is that not how the power works?
No,
Because because he's blind, right?
He
So
does
you
not
couldn't
have
see.
except for when he has apparently the Oculus of Abaddon in.
Okay, so I was right. Oh wow.
So his phylactery is basically his eye.
Indeed. Silence kind of pervades the temple. The rest of the council is out just doing what they can, trying to clean up. Bodies of Cyclops are being like, get a couple of horses, tie a rope to the saddle, tie a rope to like each wrist, drag the body of the Cyclops into like the town center where they're being burned. People are trying to pick it back together. In general, people are also trying to like assess the amount of dead. Everyone is missing someone. at this point. It's just a matter of like who's still standing, where is food, where is water, things like that.
We have a big store of rock.
Good thing we have a giant burb. Oleg has probably taken it upon himself to set up the triage center / distributor of bird jerky.
So the four sarcophagi corner.
Losing you a little bit, but yeah.
First mentioned, like more prominent in some way.
Yes, all 4 of them very clearly set apart from, like, aside the, dare I say, riffraff Cyclops, all bearing various symbols of the 4 horsemen of the apocalypse. You would assume
Gotcha.
it's a reasonable assumption that each one contains one of Vorticai's generals, someone important to the cause.
Okay.
By process of elimination, this would mean he still has war, famine, and death in his back pocket.
Pestilence was enough to bring us to our knees. Well, I guess, and the Lich himself.
Yeah, we kind of got softened up pretty good.
Yeah, Mordecai did a good job. He loosened the jar, so to speak. Well,
location, it seemed to just be a large mausoleum or something. Like,
yeah, that's reasonable. Or like, maybe not a mausoleum so much as like a cave, or just like no, mausoleum was closer, where like all these sarcophagi have been stored.
Okay.
So I imagine while I was doing this object reading, I was probably like kind of muttering some of the visuals or words that were said, so on and so forth, just to kind of flavor how the party received that information.
Makes sense.
So basically what we learned is how completely screwed we are.
No, what we learned is what we need to obtain to destroy him. And what to be prepared for.
perhaps if we described the location that we saw to the Hell Knights or to the Uruxi, they might have some clue as to. I mean, and I sort of make. Well, I stopped talking because I sort of looked to Cato and hold back my thought. Out of character, my thinking is that if Amalia knew where it was, then it's not some distant extra dimension. Probably it's perhaps something nearby. But I wouldn't have relayed that.
God damn it!
I'm just
the alliance with the Hell Knights is so hot right now when we could have possibly had the Phylacteer's location.
Both, if you'd just been like, "Hey, torture her. She's got information."
We don't know if they'd get it out of her in time. Would have gotten it out of her in time.
Probably not in time to stop this. No.
But we might have been able to stop this if we had gotten her help directly. Anyway, so it's likely, I don't know, maybe even that's speculating, but it's possibly in this plane of existence, which would be a boon if that were the case. In some sort of crypt-like location with coffins and 3 more lieutenants / generals or whatever we want to call them that we were barely able to handle one. So yeah, I'm not feeling. I mean, Kato's not feeling, so I don't know. It feels like a moot point at this stage, guys. Even if we were to find him, could we even muster the strength to take the phylactery and destroy it?
The plan should not change. We should not veer from the course we set. We need to do. This was a heavy blow. There's no denying that, but we don't know how to defeat him. We don't know where the phylactery is. We need to shore up our defenses so that when he comes, we are ready.
If he comes again, and I feel
lost
like
a
it'll
third of our populate. There are no
Exactly.
defenses that are going to protect us.
If we didn't have the defenses we had now, we would have lost more.
We do not have the defenses we have now, and there's even less people. I mean, we need to take this on the offensive. We can't sit back and try and build our walls and build up things and then mine
do we
under
go
it.
Truth is,
How do we go on the offensive, though?
the truth is, if he comes at us again a third time, it will be the last time. We will not survive a third assault. It's
How much
all-
time passed since we last saw him?
Like 8 hours ish.
I mean, like
No,
from the attack on
between
the...
encounter 1 and encounter 2.
Oh, from that was 7 days.
What a roll, you son of a bitch, lich. All right, well, I say we take care of the other little surprise he had coming our way, and I sort of like motion toward Ionia and then we should go to the Hell Knights at once and start working with them immediately.
Fog. Yeah, what a way to end us after all this if the death fog were to, or whatever it's called, trench fog, trench gas, I don't even remember. Doesn't matter. If it comes and finishes us off, that would be great.
Yeah, we were very lucky it wasn't here during the attack.
What do we run around chasing our tails trying to find this place?
It's better than sitting and waiting to die.
How about we prepare better? We outfit our soldiers with weapons that would work better against these undead. We get rid of whatever this trench nonsense is. We see exactly what these Hell Knights can do. I mean, you wanted a partnership with them. I mean, what good are they if we can't use them? But us chasing, I mean, I feel like us chasing around would only just give him more time to just come back, and then we're not going to be there to defend the kingdom this time.
Then I request that I be allowed to go talk to the Hell Knights myself. There is wisdom in what you're saying in terms of preparing the people here so that at least they have a fighting chance, but we cannot simply sit behind our walls and wait. I agree with the king. We will not survive another attack, whether we're as prepared as you think we should be, or
We'll never be as prepared as I think we should be, but we can always do better. And I don't think you should go see the alone. Someone should go with you. I don't trust this one. When it comes to these Hell Knights, he's clearly enamored.
And what exactly do you think I'm going to do?
Shit, out of character, I can't remember what was the damn term we kept saying.
The keys to the castle or whatever.
You're going to keep the keys of the. You're going to give them the keys to the kingdom.
That's the one. Despite the fact that Arcturus is clearly a fanboy, I do trust him to parlay with our new friends, and we can't draw too many resources. We saw what happened when we split too heavily. This trench gas, whatever thing.
So you just send one of us by himself?
No, I'm just saying, if we are going to send a party that way, we're not going to make it so heavy as we did last time. Maybe
When she says that, I put my hand on her shoulder, and then with my other hand, I grab my holy symbol, and I say, I am never by myself.
There you go.
I had to get that in there. All right, keep going.
Also, we need to send someone there to get our carriage anyway. So, I mean, this trip has to happen either way. Like,
Oh, by the way, we also forgot our car.
I already sent someone out to get the carriage.
all right, fair enough.
You're gonna wait for the carriage to come back before you leave.
Ionia certainly shouldn't go meet the Hell Knights. That probably wouldn't go real well. Senya would be a good escort.
I mean, I know they're after me specifically, and so there's a certain degree of danger in going alone, but it's also danger that none of you would be exposed. I have no problem traveling alone, so to speak, and I once again sort of grab my holy symbol and look to Arbiter.
Also, I don't know a whole lot about liches, but I'm sure he can't plan any assassination attempts while he's, or I hope he can't plan any assassination attempts while he's still reforming. But that is an assumption that I can't confirm.
Indeed.
With that said, I still think we might be able to ascertain some information from the haunt. Should we? So maybe Senya should. It's okay. So Senya definitely shouldn't go because we need her to converse with, so that we can converse with the haunt after we've dispatched the.
Definitely shouldn't go because the fact that she can converse with a haunt is exactly the kind of thing that would make her target for the Hell Knights.
True. Okay, so who's gonna escort the High Priest?
I sort of shake my head. I really do not need.
It has to be Kalira.
Seems to be after you specifically, which is all the more reason why you shouldn't go without
The
backup.
Lich is out of commission. We know not for how long, but long enough for me to get to the Hell Knights and back.
We don't know that it's long for you to
Thought
get
he
to
had
the back.
lieutenants.
Last we knew, he had only revived one. I looked to Ionia for confirmation. The other three,
I
sarcophagi
saw
remain
but a
sealed.
moment. Through the
Senya gets up and says, "Take Grom. He's a swift horse. He'll take you there fast. And I'm sure you can, if the Lich and his cronies decide to take chase, you can. I'm pretty sure Grom can outrun them."
Terrible idea.
Terrible idea or not a terrible idea?
It is a terrible idea.
That is a terrible idea.
I would, if that was, I assume that was in character. So I would sort of like lower my head as a bow. Were you saying it's a terrible idea and in character?
Yeah.
You know,
In character and out of character, it's a terrible idea.
I will be all right.
It's a fine idea. Though maybe take Jubilant.
Do not take Jubilost.
I would have gone with Grinluke, but I just sort of trailed.
Who can? Yeah, I know. Grimluke would have been a great escort. Like something. I think you should have some.
Exactly the
Should be
group that went
some-
before. Safest group to go again.
But we've learned. We've learned that
Well,
that
we're
the other
at
half of-
time, so I don't want to like push our luck
That's
here.
fair.
And now Vorticai attacks again.
Right.
It's taking too long, and I'm tired. That is, though Vorticai comes back in 1d10 days, certainly you have a fortnight to figure out what the hell it is you're going to do. Till then, that is where we're going to call this one. Thank you for watching. They pulled it out, and I think everyone watching can agree with me when I say that the squad has more than earned the right to level 9.
Oh, thank
Ooh, spicy.
And we'll be back at it soon for more Kingmaker, more of the hunt for Vorticai, more of I continue to scry and die with a Lich, because why not? Sven, we miss you. I'm just gonna keep calling out Sven every time. I don't know why.
Sven.
Why not? All right, cool. We'll be back at it next time. Say bye, y'all.
Bye.
Bye,
See ya.
y'all.
Bye, y'all.
Oh.